Innovative content. Global audience.
Beautiful Monday morning. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Of course, you're watching SLTV. I'm reaching you live from our studio right here in Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. My name is Patience OKOSUN, and this is the state of the nation. You know how we do it here. Every Mondays, we come here to talk about issues bordering on the nation as a whole, issues bordering the people as a whole. Now, what are some of these issues we discuss? We discuss about agriculture. We're talking about agriculture. It could be agricultural, economic issues, educational issues, whatever. It might be our weather, it might be our academic, it might be politics, whatever it is bordering on the people as a nation. That's what we discuss here every Monday. And today we're talking about something very, very important, because without this, I feel like the people will just live their life anyhow. Now we're talking about education. Education is one very important aspect of our academy, of our society, if you ask me. Without education, we'll have a lot of illiterates on the streets. Without education, we'll have a lot of people roaming on the streets. Poverty, the rate of poverty will be high. Our economy will go down. Now we need a lot of people with education to be able to run the society to a better place. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now today we'll be discussing a whole lot. Where is our, as a Nigerian, where is our educational system? What's really happening? What are the youth saying? What are the students saying about education? Now, what are the challenges we're passing through, and what are some of the solutions? And so many questions as actually arose when it comes to educational system. Now, those are the things we'll be tackling here today. And of course, we'll be having a guest in the show later today, a highly professor. He will be here to join us later on. I'll be calling him later on. Now, the number to call is right there on your screen. Are you a student? Are you a graduate? Do you have a problem with Nigeria educational system? Whatever your problem, whatever your challenge is, do well to call in and share with us. Like I said, my name is Patience, and this is the state of the nation. Now, let's kickstart. What is education? For my research here, what does education really mean? Education refers to the discipline that is concerned with method of teaching and learning in schools or school-like environment. Now, people believe that only when you go to school that you get to acquire knowledge, but then you can acquire knowledge around within your vicinity. As far as one thing I know for sure is that learning never ends. Even when you go to school, you graduate, you get your certificate, that doesn't mean you're done learning. We continue learning. Learning is a continuous process till the end of time. I think so, yes, because every day you must learn something. You must get something new from people around you. You must not be a corporate teacher. Let me use the word, a corporate teacher in your classroom. You can learn from people around you, from your family, from your friends, from your neighbor. Of course, we learn every day. Now, when did education become? Of course, we all know education is part of our constitutional right as a citizen. Right to education is there. So it's your right as a citizen to acquire this education. It's your right. Why education is not compulsory? It's not actually compulsory. It's not like if you don't go to school, you'll be sanctioned, or it's not like if you don't go to school, you cannot leave. Now, it's not really compulsory, but it is essential. If you ask me, it's something everybody should acquire. For you to have a voice, in fact, for you to be able to speak and people will listen, it's for you to acquire a lot of knowledge, get a lot of knowledge, be highly be intellectual. Let me use that word, be intellectual. When you speak, people should know that actually this person has passed through the four walls of schools. This person knows what he or she is saying, and then when you speak, people will want to listen. So it is essential to make yourself important, relevant in the country. You need to acquire education, and also to curb poverty. Now, when you're educated, when you go to school, the chances of you becoming very successful is actually high. Some persons nowadays say school how the Nigerians say it, school na scam. But if you ask me personally, I don't think school is actually a scam. When you go to school, even if the job is not forthcoming immediately, the chances of you getting a better job is high. Yes, just drop the you can drop the certificate, acquire a skill, get something doing with your hands. Someday, someone somewhere will call you and ask you, what did you even study in school? And then you bring that certificate out, dust it, and then you get a very good job, and then your job, your handwork will be a plus to you. So school is not a scam, if you ask me. It is a very essential criteria in Nigeria today. If you ask me, Nigeria especially, it's a very essential criteria. Like I said, I'll be calling in the guests later on the show. Just do well to call in. Tell me your own contribution. What are the challenges you passed through? Are you a student? What are the challenges you're going through? Were you a student? What are the challenges you passed through? If you ask me, when I was a student, I passed through a lot as a student in Nigeria. There is a lot, coming. There's a lot of challenges that comes with it. Now, if we're not talking about strike, of course, there's no how we can talk about this without talking about strike. Now, if you're not talking about strike, then we are talking about funding, the high cost of school fees, the whole lot of challenges. Like I have them here: inadequate budgetary allocation, underfunding. Now, you see, we have TET fund, and I've seen a lot of buildings in my school from TET fund come around, the raised mansion, the raised very big structure. I think in Nasarawa State, the raised state university, they raised the library, and it's very, very, very big. But then this funding, how much is it? How does it help the school? Is it enough? Is it even enough? The funding that are being allocated to schools, are they really placed in the right channels? Are they really used properly? Now, these are the questions I will not be answering me myself. Of course, I will have somebody in the show later who will be asking some of these questions. And then one of the challenges we face in school is high cost of education. Now, you see, I think I've heard people over time say state university is cheaper. I went to Nasarawa State University, and if you ask me, my school fees was not cheap. But then people say the states are more cheaper than the federal. But I feel like the states are more cheaper, or the federal are more cheaper than the states. But then I don't think it's so, because I paid way too much for my school fee. And if a man from the grassroots, if you ask me, somebody from the grassroots will not be able to pay that high amount of money to train his or her child in school. So these are one of the challenges I feel we're facing here. And then the poor teachers' welfare. Just the other day in the news, this is education we're talking about. We're not just talking about the higher institution. We're not just talking about tertiary. We're also talking about the primaries, the secondaries, and the polytechnics, the college, the university as a whole. Now, poor teachers funding. Just the other day in the news, we heard about almost 70% of teachers unqualified. And then when you ask, if you look properly, search deeply, you see that most of these schools do not hire qualified teachers because they do not want to pay those teachers the normal allowance or the normal salary that should be given to them. They do not want to put more money into it. So they just tend to employ people they can pay the little they want to give. Now, this does not really affect just the teachers. It's not really affecting the teacher. What about the students? What about the children? What do they gain? Now, if you have poor teachers, if you have poor lecturers, now it affects more on the students, yet it affects more on the youth, more than the teachers. Now, I think this is one of the issue we will be tackling here today. Flexibility of Nigeria's system of education and curriculum. That's also one of the challenges we are talking about. Politicization of education. Now, should politics even be involved in our educational system? Now, I feel politics is one sector, one segment on its own, and education is another on its own. But then, how has politics involved? How has politics actually gotten involved in our educational system? Now, I don't think it should be so. It should be so. Now, I heard people over time saying when it comes to admission into the higher institution, into the tertiaries, now you find it hard for people find it hard getting admission because they tend to give most of the politicians slots to bring in their own candidates. Now, you see, these are some of the issues we're facing and in the educational system. Now, these are some of the issues we'll also be tackling here. Why should politics be involved in our education system? Why won't people just go to school when they are done with their wife, NECO, and then just get the admission and go to school if they pass? Now, this is also one of the challenges we are facing here in Nigeria. And then we have poorly equipped libraries and laboratories. And it's funny enough, I will use myself as a point of as an example. Actually, I went to school. Now, I went to school. Actually, I read mass communication. Like all through I finished my school, I did not really do practical aspects of what I was learning in school at that time. That's because not because we don't have a studio or something, but then it was not really equipped as of that time. But now if you go there, I think it's equipped now. They've really set it up. But so then it wasn't, and I didn't do the practical aspect of my job. I was only taught the theoretical aspect of it. But then these are some of the challenges our schools are facing. Now, and you go to the lab, you just find few equipment. You go to the libraries, you just find few books. And these are things that the students need as to really build themselves, to know what they're really studying, to understand what they're really studying. Now, when they go to class to get the theory aspect of it, they should be able to go to the lab and do the practical aspect of it. It will give them more knowledge on this. But this is one of the challenges we'll be tackling here today. We also have poor management of education. Now, the management sector is one very important part I really want us to tackle about. Now, you go to schools, people that are up there are just nonchalant about their job. They do not see that students really want them to put more into studying. Now, we really need to tackle this issue. Like I said, I'll be bringing in a guest later on the show. Very so shortly, I'll be calling in the guest. He will come on air to answer these questions, these whole challenges we are facing. I have one or two questions I'll be asking him today. Now, what is I think I've asked the challenges. Now, what are the aims of education? Of course, why do we even go to school? What do we aim at? Why do people even why should people even go to school? The aim of education is the acquisition of knowledge, skills, and attitude to help to adjust properly in one's own environment. Knowledge helps the man to overcome the nature, satisfy human wants. Now, those are the aim. Now, the acquisition of knowledge, not just knowledge, skills and attitude. Now, when you go to school, you see the character and attitude of an educated man should be different from the character and or the attitude of an uneducated person. There's some things you do out there now. People tend to ask you, "I thought you said you are a graduate. How come you're able to do this thing this way and not this way?" Now you see. Now when you go to school, there's something called entrepreneurship class. We all did it. I also did it. Now you go there, you acquire a skill, not just knowledge. You acquire a skill. Now, in the country we live today, in the country we live today, it is very, very difficult to just come out of school, come out after your service, and you get a job. It is very difficult. Let's be frank and sincere. Now, you need these skills to help you. When you're out there, you're going to school, you feel the whole world revolves around your certificate. Of course, certificate is very important, but then the skill, it's more important. Now, even if you get a job immediately after school and you have your skill, that will be a plus. Now you're getting from here, you're not solely depending on your salary, and then you also have another means of income. So the skills is very, very important. We have a whole lot of skills out there you can acquire. Pick one up. Look for something you have passion to talk about. Pick it up and equip yourself. Do something with yourself. Give back to the society. Now, if you go to school, the society is expecting you to come back and give back to it. Very, very important. Education is essential. Now, it's not really compulsory, like I said earlier, but it's essential for the growth and development of any nation. And Nigeria is no exception. However, the state of education in Nigeria has been major concern for decades. Of course, if you ask me, I would say yes. Every day we go to school. It's a course you're meant to study 4 years, you end up using 6 years. Now, one strike comes with its own. Like when I was in school, strike came with its own. and then we stayed at home for almost a year, and later the corona pandemic came again. We had to stay at home. Like I stayed at home for over 6 years. I was in school for like 6 years for a course I was supposed to do for 4 years. I ended up doing it for 6 years, which is actually not a good one. And now people are going outside the country to even study. The other day in the news, I heard the jackpot syndrome is getting high. People go on the ground, on the base to study outside the country. Even our politicians, even our leaders take their children outside the country to study. These things are affecting us as a nation, affecting our economy, affecting the growth and development of the country. Education should be one system, one segment that we should really look into. So we should really talk more about it, analyze it, give our own opinion. What do you think should be done as a citizen of this country for the love of your country? What do you think should be done to boost our educational system? Where do you think we have missed it? Where do you think we have gone wrong? Now, one of the places I think we have gone wrong is the education. Now, when we go to school, there's this department called the educational department. People go there when they do not have any other option. They just go to study education, and when they come out, they want to work in the management as the management, and then they never had passion for this, but then they will become the management of this one day. How do you think this will even work? These are the questions, a lot of questions in my mind to ask our guest speaker for today. First, I'll be bringing in our guest. Before I bring in our guest, I'll quickly take a break. When I come back, I'll definitely have our guest with us in the studio. Do well to drop your question or call in to tell us your own contribution. Do not go anywhere. Stay with me.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince of Mine.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week. The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince of Money is in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with a flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up, cause no pain, no gain. All the boys just wanna jump, okay, so.
Ice Prince. Yeah.
Ice Prince.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to events@superiorradioandtelevision.com.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince of Mine.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga. My name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night. The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian.
Very quick break. Just before that break, we're talking about the Nigeria educational system. What do you think? How do you think we've gone wrong? Where do you think we've gone wrong? What do you think about Nigeria educational system? What's your take about it? What's your challenge? And how do you think we can solve these whole problems we are facing in the educational system today? And of course, I have a caller with me to let's hear his own opinion. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you're welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from? What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Rayan Yakubu.
Rayan Yakubu. How are you doing? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Nasarawa State.
Okay, Rayan, how are you doing this morning? I'm fine, thank God. What can you say about Nigeria educational system?
Yeah, the educational sector system of Nigeria, I think, is standing with one leg. Uh, the cost, the high amount of school fees in our schools these days is so scary, and the issue of strike. You see, a lot of people are out there struggling to see how they can further their education, but the fear in them is the huge amount of school fees.
Okay, Ryan. But are you a graduate?
Yeah, I'm a graduate.
Oh, okay. Okay, what are some of the challenges you passed through when you were in school? Was it difficult?
It's so much difficult to be a graduate in this country these days. It's not easy because the challenges there, seriously, the challenges there are much in terms of strike, in terms of school fees. I think these are the two major challenges
Okay.
the students are facing in today education in Nigeria.
Okay, so as a graduate now that you are, as a graduate that you are right now, Ryan, how is life after school? Would you say that you're happy, you're okay that you went to school, or you say this certificate is not working? What's your own take?
I am really happy. I think it's a privilege for me
Okay.
to be a graduate.
Okay.
Because as they always say, no education is waste.
Okay.
Yeah. Being a graduate, being a graduate comes with a lot of advantages. Even though I haven't secured a job yet.
Okay.
But, with the knowledge I acquired during my education, it helps me to enroll myself in different things that legally that can help me put meal in my table.
Okay, that means you got yourself a lot of skills while you were in school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put my head down and learn a lot of skills while I'm in school, and the skills now is helping me out.
Okay, that's very nice. Thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate.
All right. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Ryan all the way from Nasarawa State. There's something he said that actually got me triggered. He said now he hasn't actually gotten a good job, but then he got himself a lot of skills while he was in school. He learned a lot of skills while he was in school, and today those skills are helping him. That's what I said earlier. Now you might not really know the importance of being a graduate as a youth in the country. I hear a lot of youth saying, why am I going to school? That the president or this or one person in power or one person in authority today, did he even go to school to get that seat? Did he even go to school to get that position? No, he didn't go to school to get to that position. He might not, we don't really know, but our destinies, our fates are different. Maybe you might just go to school and come out and then you're there, or you're even more than the place he or she is today. So going to school is a very, very important one. Like, I'm calling in our guest for the show today. We'll be asking him a lot of questions. Just do well to drop in your question, and whatever you want me to ask. Are you a student? What do you want me to ask him? Do well to drop it, or probably call me on 081-4124-3067. Call me, or the number to call is also right there on your screen. Call in and tell me what your opinion, what your contribution is. There's one major question I would like to ask our guest. If he was to be in National Assembly, for example, or probably those in power, those in authority, if he was to be there, what would have been the major bill, or will I say, a major bill? It's a bill that he would want to add up to the constitution to help boost our economy, to help boost the nation, to help boost the economy and the educational system. That's one thing I'll be asking him today. But then I guess he's not actually taking. I actually hope he will. He has to take his call. But then before then, let's quickly move on quickly to some of the solutions. I think some of the things I think as possible solutions to our problem today in educational sector. Now, some of the solutions, I think it's time that jam. We have problem with jam. I have problem personally with jam. You see someone who wrote his WAEC and NECO with A1, with maybe A parallel or even C parallel. You see them with good WAEC results or good NECO results or good NATEC, and then they are still finding it hard to get into the university. Why? Because the jam body is there. You know, jam is one thing you must write to gain admission. There's no way after writing your WAEC you just go to school direct, except you want to go to a private university. But then we're talking about the governmental body right now, the federal university, state university, government. And then you know, you must write jam. You have to write jam. You have to pass jam. I see people scoring high getting high scores like 280, 290, 270, but then they still find it hard getting admission. I particularly have a friend right now still at home. She's still at home right now. She have a very good clean white results, and then she has been scoring very well in her jam when it comes to the jam. But then she's not getting admission. Why? Because the jam, I feel the jam are not giving her admission. She's not getting the admission, and people are already saying that people should be given that freedom whereby when you pass your work, when you pass your jam, you should be able to go to apply for the university you want, apply for the university you want, and then get admitted into the university with your clean WAEC and NECO results. Nothing should stop you. Nothing should hinder you. Now, I think that's one thing I also would agree with. That's one thing I will agree with. I will agree that the GEM body should be regulated. I feel that's where corruption creeps in. That's where people tend to bribe. That's where people want to chip in their candidates. That's where people want to do one or two. So I feel like people should really, the government should really look into the jam burden and see that these people are being regulated very well. And some of the possible solutions I have here with me before I bring in my guest is not taking his call right now. I don't know. I would definitely keep calling. Hopefully he will pick our call and join us in the show. Here are some of the solutions I will recommend. Government should allocate more funds, if possible, 26% of our total budget, as recommended by UNESCO, to education sector be effectively implemented. Now, there's 26% of our total budget should be given. Why? Why not? Now, that 26%, are they really giving that 26%? It should be implemented properly so that the educational sector will have something. The funding is low. The funding is actually low. There are a lot of people coming in and out of school, out of this sector. So we need more funding. The government should really look more into the funding. Most of them go on strike due to fund. Lecturers go on strike because they're not properly paid. People go on strike because probably they don't have the necessary equipment to tutor the students. So I think we should look more into funding the educational system. And then government and proprietors of schools should reduce the cost of education so that parents can easily afford to educate their wards. This is also something very important. Poverty in the country is high right now. So why, personally, I feel schools shouldn't be given shouldn't put more money into their tuition fee, personally, because we already have the right to education. Even if we will have to pay something, it should be stipend. It should be something just for the well-being, just for probably the maintenance of the school, and not to pay something so high that we cannot afford, that our parents cannot afford. So many dreams out there are shattered because of money, because they could not afford school fees. Most of them end up becoming touts. Most of them just go on the street. So many I think I have to use the word. I have a girl personally, I met her someday and I asked her, she's so beautiful, she's okay, but then she's not educated. The way she speaks, you will know she's not educated. I asked her, why didn't she go to school? And her reply was, where is the money? Where is the money? Who will take care of me? How will I pay that high amount of money schools are? And she even said she made attempts to go. She got admission, but she could not pay the school fees. This is actually a very sad one. The school fees should not stop people from coming to school. And then we also have here, there should be provision and maintenance of infrastructure, facilities, and instructional materials for effective teaching and learning process. Very, very important. Everything should be maintained. The infrastructure, the learning equipment, everything should be maintained. Okay, I will quickly take a break and try to reach hold of our guests. If we do not get hold of our guests, we'll continue the show. Do not go anywhere. I'll be right back with the guest with me.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a.
Oh, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga.
My name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with the flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up, cause no pain, no gain. All
Ice Prince.
yeah. Ice Prince.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to events@superiorradioandtelevision.com and the ticket will be sent to you ASAP. This is powered by SRTV London and TapTap Send. You already know.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a.
Oh, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga.
My name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
Okay, I'm back with the flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up, cause no pain, no gain. All the boys just wanna jump so.
Ice Prince.
Yeah. Ice Prince.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to events@superiorradioandtelevision.com and the ticket will be sent to you.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes having a.
Oh, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Ice Prince Amani.
Ginger, aka Swagga Swagga.
My name now is Femi, aka the Music and Taliban.
What up, Nigeria? K to the O to the NGA Conga.
Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
The Afrobeat Night.
Afrobeat Night.
Nigerian Week in London.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
The Nigerian Week.
On the 19th of this beautiful month of May 2023.
May 19th.
May 19, 2023. Let's go get your ticket.
Go get your ticket because
we're gonna shut it down.
Ice Prince Amani's in the building.
Yeah.
Go get your tickets. If you don't get your tickets, now you sabi.
okay. I'm back with a flow, no joking. You gotta muscle up, cause no pain, no gain. All the boys just wanna jump, it's okay, I'm blessed.
Quick break. Just before I went on that break, I promised to come in with a guest, and of course we have our guest with us on the show. I'm talking to Dr. Lekerem Ken Amos, a university don. Now when I talk about a university don, we'll talk about people of university intellectuals. He's a lecturer in the Department of Political Science and International Relations. Now we are welcome in University of Abuja. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, sir. So today on the show, we're talking about our educational system as a whole. Now, what can you say about Nigerian educational system?
Nigerian educational system have gone into tomatoes, if we should use a raw language as such as that. But that doesn't mean that will be the end of the educational system. We are going to revive education, but for now, the situation is worrisome.
Okay. So what's the reason? Why is it worrisome? What are the challenges that you're passing through?
Well, let me define what education should be first.
Okay.
Education has many definitions, which are based on one's perspective. However, education can be defined as a disciplined process designed to acquire knowledge through teaching and learning, either by formal, informal, or non-formal methodology.
Okay.
So the challenges are enormous.
Okay.
Why you want to look at how education and challenges began in our system is because of neglect.
Okay.
And this neglect has caused a lot of decay.
Okay, so you spoke about neglect, right? Negligence from the government.
Neglect on the side of government, of course. And when the system is neglected, apparently decay will set in.
Okay. Okay, sir. Talking, a lot of students out there have been complaining about the jammed body. Now, I want you to talk more on this. Is there no way that we can come to a point in Nigeria where people just get to write their WAEC, NECO, pass it, and then get admission directly without the jam? Because it feels like through the jam, a lot of corruption has crept into the educational system. So most students are saying that jam, you see someone with a clean result, with a clean WAEC and NECO result, and then they even get to write very well in their jam. They pass very well, 280, 290, but then no admission. What can you say about this? They are crying that jam should be removed. Should it be or should it not? What's your take about this?
Thank you. My answer to this is no.
It shouldn't be removed.
Jam, yes.
Okay.
Jam should be there.
Okay.
So I give you my reason.
Okay.
I said jam should not be removed. That there are a lot of situations and a lot of issues jams stood for.
Okay.
Jam regulates the whole system of admission. So there's nothing wrong with jam at all. There's nothing wrong with jam managing admission process into higher institutions. My reason is, if jam is cramped and candidates are allowed to apply to institutions of their choices, the desperate parents will apply to 6 to 10 universities at a stretch.
Okay.
And when this happens, one candidate applying to 6 to 10 institutions at a time, there will be overloading of the actual figure of candidates seeking for
Admission. Okay.
However, the problem we are facing with JAM it's not institutional. I think it's, human issue. Elements that are not serious with what they are doing.
Oh, you feel the candidates are the issues, not the jam.
No, institutions are there. All these things are human, factors.
Okay.
Therefore, jam should remain
Okay.
and reform the system.
Okay.
The frequent changes in the procedures are so confusing, both to the parents and the candidates. So if there are going to be changes in their processes every 4 or 5 years, they should educate Nigerians on what they expect before the time comes. Unlike the yearly experimental somersault they are practicing now.
Really, it's really not easy. It's not really easy on the students. Do you see politics affecting it? Do you see politics affecting jam regulation right now? Because people are saying that they give politicians their slots. Are you there, sir? They give politicians slots to bring in their candidates. That's why people say they write jam 2, 3, 4 times and they even get good scores. Someone with 280 will not get admission. Somebody with 170, 180 gets admission, and they say they are politicians bringing in their candidate. Do you see politics affecting this?
Of course, policies affect everything in life. If you're a scholar, you know about the instant theory that have proven interdependency of components in every system. One component depends on the other to move. Jam will depend on the government to run, and their policies are created by the politicians.
Okay.
So it's the politicians that are the decision makers, and they control the policy makers and administrators.
Okay.
So politics is affecting every factor, every sector, from education to economy.
And do you think that's okay? It's good. It's good that politics is affected. It's supposed to even affect it.
No, we've been talking about autonomy.
Okay.
To strengthen institutions. So far, the institutions remain weak. Politics will always strive. Remember, the federal Canada principles is a constitutional issue. What you are just saying that some people will score 300, some people score 150, and they are taking. It's in the constitution.
Okay.
It's federal character, what we call quota system. So the federal character principle in administration is a political decision. And it has to do how to kind of incorporate every state or every region. Because people from who score 300 and they struggle to make jam list. But people from Zamfara with 150, they are even making them to go. Why? We might have 5,000 candidates. Why Zamfara will have only 500 candidates? So those are the things that triggers federal character principles. So politics cannot be ruled out.
Okay.
But before I would tell them, politics is in everything, even in your village, in your household.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about some of the challenges now the educational sector is going through. What are the challenges this system is going through? What's the problem? We need to know what's going on there.
The challenges, as I said earlier, come from neglect.
Okay.
And the neglect lead to decay. So the most challenging issue in educational institutions is the lack of funding. Because when they lack funds, they try to do other stupid things to augment whatever they're getting.
Okay.
Another one is post salary and staff welfare.
Hmm.
That one is biting very hard. And the worst is that inadequate academic staff to do the work.
Okay.
Therefore, even when they are recruiting and are trying to do things right, it is not done by merit. So that's where I'm going.
Okay. Okay.
The problem is lack of merit in all we do.
So how do we even solve these problems?
Well, to strengthen our institution is number one thing, whereby institutions heads, that is head of institutions, have become emperors. They are so powerful that they cut it short. They no longer follow the lay down rules of the institutions. Why? Because they get through the politicians who are their friends. And the politicians give them protection when they err. So you see, example, vice chancellors can do and undo. Go to JAM. JAM, head of JAM, Professor Oluide, is not cooperating with the staff.
Okay.
But what happened in JAM this year, if it is going to be written, Nigeria will revolt against JAM.
Okay. Okay. So that's the solution. Talking about funding now, you spoke about funding. That once there is poor funding, they begin to do and undo. They do crazy things, and they do things like strike. Now, can strike ever be stopped, or is there any ways you think the lecturers or the teachers can protest or can get the government to answer and get to answer them without going on strike? Because this strike is one major problem in the educational sector. You see people that go to school for 4 years, they end up spending 6 years. Now strike is like it's affecting every set that is coming out of school. How do we tackle this issue?
Thank you. Strike is not part of educational curriculum. Strike is not supposed to be mentioned at all in the education system. So it can be stopped if the needful takes place.
What is the needful? That's if the federal government pay the fund. Okay.
No, that's if the needful takes place means that when two parties sign agreements, and agreements are fulfilled, strike will naturally die. Because you go into agreement, so you bring your own on the table, I bring my own on the table. If agreements are adhered to, strike will never arise again, because federal government have not been listening to the striking workers, and when they listen and sign agreement, they don't fulfill the agreement.
Okay.
So immediately agreements are fulfilled, strikes will die naturally.
But I think in this case, like the saying goes, when two elephants are fighting, the grass suffers it. Now, once the lecturers or teachers out there decide to take that step, it's really affecting the students, and it's really not a good one out there.
Yes, because if you look at this, there are solutions to this.
Yeah, there could be other solutions aside from strike.
Yes, dialogue, but like nothing. Even you go to war after fighting, you still go and dialogue. So there's no need going to strike if they arrange the steps they will use in solving some of the problems. Because the solutions are simple. Declare a state of emergency on the educational sector. Identify challenges and tackle them headlong. And this will bring back the lost glory in the educational system. I will tell you, 85% of Nigerian students are not interested in education anymore.
Yeah, if you ask me, I think I've heard that a lot from them.
Why? Because it does not guarantee better future for them. Rather, they now focus on social ways of survival. So if they declare state of emergency on education, identify the challenges, and solve the challenges. Everybody will be happy and go home to sleep.
Now, due to the rate of unemployment after schools, graduates, including graduates, they now say school na scam. You know the common saying from youth, school na scam. And they feel like they just dump their certificate. It's not useful. It's useless. It's worthless. Even people that did not go to school now don't even want to go to school. What's your take about that? What can you say to the youth out there?
Unemployment can be reduced.
How can it be? How can?
Creating a leveling environment for small scale businesses to strive. One, it is through tax holiday of at least 10 years for young graduates that want to go into entrepreneurship. That is one.
Okay.
On the private side. But on the part of government, they should revive the commandos industries.
Okay.
The textiles in Kaduna and Lagos in Kaduna. Because as you are graduating, you see that chances are that you are going to get job. You'll be serious with your studies. Because if you don't graduate well, you won't get a good job. And again, government on their own has to build agro-based factories.
Okay.
Where young graduates can get jobs. Because agro-based factories has this value chain whereby if agro-based is working factories that are using agri products, a lot of graduates go into agriculture. They produce, when they produce, they form the factory. You see that the factory will employ more and do a product of the factory. They will have distributors, they have end finishers, and they have marketers. All these graduate jobs they will use and live a better life.
Okay. Okay. So that's one of the ways you feel unemployment can be reduced.
Of course.
Okay, now let's talk about this jackpot syndrome. Most Nigerians, most people are going outside the country to study. Even our leaders take their children outside the country to study. In fact, the rate of people going outside now is high, and they are going on the ground of going out to study. It's becoming really, really high. What can be done to help this situation?
The problem is not leaving the country. It's not the solution.
Okay.
Okay, look at people that were studying in Ukraine. When we go down there, they became stranded. Look at the one that happened just 2 weeks ago in Sudan. They became stranded. And most of them don't even go because they want to go to school over there. Because the economy is bad. So they are rushing away in droves to make a better life. But I must tell you, most of them suffer more in those places around the world, because when you look at what they suffer there, your friendly climate, the weather is not familiar with our own system.
Yeah.
Then you talk about taxes. Taxes are unavoidable. When you make the dollars you are going to make there, taxes will cut half from you. And again, they suffer a lot of discriminations and other things.
Okay.
So if everybody want to jack according to your people's land, who will fix Nigeria? And don't forget, the where they are traveling to, people fix those countries and make them attractive. So Japa is not the solution to our problem.
Okay, actually, that's true. Jackpot is not the solution to our problem. Nigeria is our home. Just before I let you go, sir, let's assume you're in power today, or I don't know, you might be in power. What would be one bill you would want to pass for it to be constituted to help boost the educational system? What do you think should be added to it?
There's nothing wrong with this constitution.
Okay, everything is perfect. You don't think the constitution is the problem?
No, constitution is not problem.
Okay.
This implementation is our problem in our laws.
Okay.
Not everything that must be written in the constitution. What we need is character reformation. Do the right thing. Treat people equally. Let's be fair and just in all our dealings. everything that is written in the Constitution, American Constitution, you even put it in your back pocket and go anywhere. The problem is not the Constitution. It's character reformation to do the right thing, treat people equally.
Okay.
Let be fair and just to all.
Okay, sir. What's your final advice to youth out there and the government? What do you have to say to students out there?
To the students,
Yes, sir.
they should keep hope alive. Students should keep hope alive and be counted among the best, because I know that better days will surely come.
Okay.
And the government should govern well, show sentiment, give youth hope, and work towards a better Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I really do appreciate it. I've been on the phone with Dr. Lekerem Ken Amos, a lecturer of the Department of Political Science and International Relations, Uni Abuja. Thank you so much, sir, for being on the show with us.
Thank you for having me.
Hope to have you next time in person. We'll have you next time in person in the studio.
It's all right, thank you.
All right, you have a nice day.
All right.
Okay, viewers, I've been on the show with Dr. Lekerem Ken Amos, a lecturer of the Department of Political Science and International Relations, Uni Abuja. He's actually a university don. That's what they call him. And he has really spoken a lot about this educational system in Nigeria. He doesn't want to use the word debt, but he said it's actually in a critical state and it can be revived. He still gave hope that the educational system can still be revived, and I believe it can be revived. Talking about the jackpot, I really want to talk about that thing. He actually asked a question I always ask: if everybody will leave the country, who will make it a better place? Who will make the economy work? Who will make the educational system work? Who will make agricultural system work? If we all want to go out there and build another man's land with our talents, with our skills, of course, Nigerians, we are blessed. We have a lot of talents. We have a lot of people. Doctors, most of our doctors are out there. Most of our lecturers are out there. Most of our technicians are out there. Most of them, they're out there. I see them a lot. They construct things. They can do things. And then we all take our talents, we take our skills out there to help another man build their land. It's not the way forward. Nigeria is our country. We are blessed. In fact, I call this land of milk and honey, because a whole lot is happening here. And there's one thing I want to say, which he said you go out there, once you make the dollars you want to make, you eventually pay half of it to tax. And then why not stay here where you're comfortable, where you're relaxed, where you're happy with your peace of mind, and then work. Nigeria can work. It's working. People are surviving. People are making it. So you can also do it. People that are doing it out there they don't have two heads. They are also the same human beings like yourself and my very self sitting down here today. And then we're talking to the federal government to see that adequate funding is also put into our educational system. I feel it's the root of all the problems we're facing in that system today. It's because of striking. It's because why even our school fees will be high. It's the reason why they should even increase our school fees. Now, if the government pop in money to this educational system, it will really help boost it, and then people should begin to pick interest. Youths out there, people saying that schools are scam. Schools are not actually scam. When you get a certificate, the chances of you living a successful life is there also, even with your skills. Very, very important. You get your skills, get to do something. The educational system can be revived again with you and my very self doing the right thing. We should do the right thing. I think it's the best place to call the show a wrap for today. You've been with me, you've been on the show, The State of the Nation, where we come to analyze issues bordering on us as a people and issues bordering on us as a nation. We come here every Monday to talk about it, to talk about different things. We talk about agriculture, economy, education, any aspect of the society, could be even our weather, whatever, our health. We talk about things but us as a nation. And today we just spoke about education. Now, if you have any comments, you have any contribution, you can do well to drop it right there in the comment section. I will definitely pick it up next week, Monday, and read it. I will talk about it. Just drop your comment. Do well to hit on the like button, share our page, Invite a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that something is actually happening in SRTV studio. We have a lot of entertainment, relationship, education, health, plenty, a lot of entertainment programs are going on here. No dolly moment. Now call somebody to tell somebody to join us here. I'll see you again next week, Monday, same time, same station. My name is Patience OKOSUN. Do have a nice day. Bye.
Everything happens for a reason. Bless life from a different prison. Bless a lot of people locked up in bedtimes, 7 o'clock.
What's up, y'all?